What's up, you guys? I'm back. Get a quick bonus for tonight. Welcome, welcome. Sometimes I get on here and surprise people. Sometimes when it comes to me, I just like to share it with you guys. Okay, when something comes to me like that, right? So, 1 second. Let me silence this phone right now. Okay. When it comes to me like velocity banking, okay. Now, Herbert, subscriber by the name of Herbert said something about velocity banking and how I would have content till the end of time if I went and listened to them. Okay. So I decided to go ahead and get on and jump on and start looking up these velocity banking videos because I had never heard of this before. This is brand new to me. This is totally brand new. So I go and listen to it. And it makes absolutely no mathematical sense whatsoever. Nothing in the slightest makes mathematical sense. Now, if you're a person that has stumbled across this video, what's up, BK from the Rockies? If you're a person that stumbled across this video by accident because you were actually looking into doing velocity banking, I'm gonna just tell you something. So I'm gonna help you save a lot of time, energy, and money to understanding the complete mathematical nonsense of that type of banking, right? Before you even go to a video, I want you to add up all your savings and then add up all your debt and then go savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life, right? Now, this number is going to be a deep negative number. Yes, including your student loan. Yes, including your mortgages. Yes, including all of your collections, everything. Now, this is going to be a very large negative number. Now, take that negative number with that negative number in mind. I want you to plug it in to the equation of velocity banking, and you tell me if any of that makes sense. Will any of that work? If you always started out with that large negative number in mind, I want you to just try and do it. I'm going to save you some time. You can't. It will never work, ever. When I first saw velocity banking, I said to myself, no way are people believing this. That's not true, right? That's not true. No, that's not true. That's not true. This is what I'm saying to myself. No, that's not. No, I didn't know. That can't be true. They're believing that. Please. It's the craziest thing. It's like they all come up with the same number with this much in pay, this much in car payment, this much in bills. Like they already know what your financial situation is, right? But if you're part of the average, they are talking to you. I promise you. They're putting in the average of all. And if you are part of the average, yes, they are talking to you. If you check this out, if you fit into their equation of a $600 car payment and a $1,200 miscellaneous, this and that, and all this other stupid nonsense, and $1,300 saved, if you think you fit in there, they're talking to you. You're part of the average. None of that, it will work if you start out with knowing your exact amount of debt. That's how anything will make sense. If you want to be rich, this is going to sound insulting, but if you want to be rich, first you got to know how to count to at least 1 million. Hell, you got to know how to at least count to 100,000. Forget 1 million. If you don't know how to count, if you do not know how to count to 100,000, you might as well forget about it. Math says if you don't know the exact amount of your debt, you're in debt. You're in debt. Math says you can't count starting at 0 to 100,000. You got to start at your large negative number, get all the way up to 0, and then start counting to 100,000. That's what math says. But this velocity banking stuff, man, it is crazy. They're like, take your whole take your whole check, put it on the credit card, and then you pay off the credit card, but your balance is going down. It's like, what? What are you? It's like, what are you talking about? It makes people, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I promise you. It is hilarious. What's up, Hyphy? ATL, BK from the Rockies. What's up? It is just the craziest nonsense, but people, and when you guys, I'm gonna give you guys some understanding and some hints about some things, okay? When it comes to anything financial, always do the opposite of the majority. Now, if you see YouTube videos saturated talking about how good velocity banking is, and you see from people across the board all talking about the same thing using the same numbers, do the opposite of that. That's why it's saturated, because it's bull crap. It doesn't make any mathematical sense at all. If you're attracted to it, that's because they're talking to people who are in debt. People that are not in debt says that makes no sense. Why would I ever do that? That makes absolutely no sense. But people that don't know, they believe it to be attractive. I get it. Hey, now, you guys always see me talk about these things, and I don't want you guys to think I'm mad at these people for doing this kind of stuff. Okay, this is how I feel about what they're doing. Remember, how I feel about what they're doing is irrelevant. Is it legal what they're doing? Yes, it's legal. They can do that to you if you're in debt. If you don't know, it's your fault. All you got to do is trust mathematics and we'll show you. They just, and if you go down just the video, if you just go through the multiple thousands of videos talking about velocity banking, everybody has their own spin on it too. Yeah, I hope you guys are paying attention, especially to the whiteboards. The dudes that do the whiteboards, those are the ones you really want to watch, because they will try to twist things up and turn it and make it sound like it's complicated, and they're not making any sense, because all you got to do is bring your savings minus debt, your negative number, and put it at the top of their equation. Put it at the top of their equation before anything starts. Before they run the numbers and show you something, you say, hey, but check this out. I'm starting with this large negative number. Now go. It won't make sense. You know why? Because everything they will show you, you will be in the negative. And then if you see yourself in the negative with all their equations and with all their mathematical equations, and you're still in the negative, you're going to stop and think to yourself, wait a minute, how can I do all that when I'm in the negative? Exactly. You can't. You can't do it while you're in the negative. That's mathematically impossible. You can't invest negative dollars into the stock market. You can't invest negative dollars into a property. You can't invest the negative dollars into anything. Math says that's mathematically impossible. You can't do that, but yet people believe they can. That's why they believe velocity banking. People will believe they can do all of the equations that they're telling you in velocity banking while having negative dollars. No, that's impossible. But what they're doing is absolutely legal. You know why? Because they're not doing anything wrong. If you choose to believe math, or if you don't choose to believe math, it's a choice. That's it. You're choosing not to see that. You're choosing to pay high in taxes. People think it's some kind of, okay, listen, people. There is no quick way out of debt. There is no quick way out of debt at all. This is why they can sell you quick ways out of debt. Did you get what I mean? Did you get what I said there? There are no quick ways out of debt. This is the very reason why they can sell you quick ways out of debt. I hope you caught that. It's true. And people in the debt matrix, that velocity banking is just one of them. That earning app's the same thing. And there's other apps just like earning, online installment loans. These are all the same categories, people. Title loan places, same category. Pawn shops, same category. These are all legal. I, I don't even want to say legal scam because it's not a freaking scam. They're not scamming you. They're banking on you not using basic mathematics with your money. That's it. It's nothing more than that. There's no pyramid schemes. There's no like MLMs, multi-level marketing. Top people get all the money, and the bottom. No, that's no different than in the real world. It's just like that. One you can see and one you can't. They're all selling you, and this is business, people. I'm not upset with these people. I'm not upset with MLMs. I'm not upset with those. That's business. There is no quick way out of debt. So they figured out a way to sell you, making you believe there's a quick way out of debt. They're saying, hey, if you come over here and do this MLM, you'll be out of debt so fast. That's all that's what they're selling you. But if you just do the mathematics, you'll see, oh crap, there is no quick way out of debt. Nope, there's not. You must pay your debt off, and you must feel yourself pay that debt off. You must feel that. You must feel what it feels like to pay the debt off, pay the money that you already spent, how many hours it's going to take at work to pay that debt off. You need to feel it. You know why? That's part of the process when you get out of the debt matrix. You have to feel what you spent. It's a reason for that. So you never do it again, ever, for anything. You have to pay your own way out of debt, what you spent, so you can feel every freaking dollar of it. And then when you get out of debt and you get on the other side, let me tell you guys something. I promise you, things like Velocity and Earn an App and people selling you insurance policies that you can borrow against and all this stupid nonsense that they're selling you, you won't believe any of it anymore. Those days will be done. Because the only person that's going to make the fastest amount of money to get to wherever you want to get to is you. There is nothing outside of you that can build money faster than you. All that is a trick. That's all part of it, you guys. That's all part of it. And if you want to see, I know you guys, some of you guys hear me that's probably been in debt all your life. Let me tell you guys something, because I want to reiterate this. I'm not doing anything special. I'm using the math that I learned in grade school. You get out of debt and come on this side, you guys, your whole life will change. Velocity banking will be the joke that it is. It is a joke. It's hard to for somebody outside the debt matrix. You know how hard, you know how insulting that is. That mean all those videos are insulting. They're insulting to me, but they're not talking to me. That's why they're insulting. Okay, I'm not. And when I say insulting, that's a feeling. Whenever you got, and I want you guys to make sure when you hear me speak and you hear something that sounds like my feelings about it, make sure you understand that's just my feeling. It has nothing to do with anything. Doesn't mean I'm calling their company bad or they're doing something evil. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, hey, that's how I feel about it. I wouldn't do it. That's it. But my feeling, that's irrelevant. What they're doing is masterpiece. That's, hey, I just can't do it because it goes against everything I teach you guys here at the SMD family. How could I help people get out of debt and then say, oh, I'm opening a velocity banking business? I couldn't do that. But then again, you must also remember, it's nothing personal. It's not illegal and it's not mean. But I just choose to create a regular business, not a business that's going to really just, man, they do people in debt so dirty. You guys have no idea. When you're in debt, you are a slave to this kind of stuff. You guys don't even recognize that there's 15 billion, I mean 15 billion, but there's a lot of businesses like velocity banking. When you're in the debt matrix, there's so many people coming at you to say, join this MLM, join that MLM. You'll make, don't you guys just notice how it's saturated? It's saturated like that on purpose. That's how much money is to be made if you know how to play that right. If you know how to play that right, you will be rich because everybody believes that, hey, I'm my own business owner. I'm doing the same as owning my own business. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you have to follow somebody else's rules to make your millions, you're not. Believe that you're not. But you come out, check it out. But listen to this, okay? Because what I'm telling you about how people, the majority must stay in debt. Okay, that's period. That's how it works. In order for all this to work, the majority must live that way. They must be that way. They must continue to finance things. They must continue to believe that there's going to be some quick magical way to get them out of debt fast. And it's not true. There's nothing out there but you. Had I been in the debt matrix and was listening to this velocity banking stuff, I probably would have believed it. But because unconsciously, I was always looking for a way that was going to get me a large amount of money in a short amount of time, and then that was gonna somehow change my life. But so crazy. Every time I got more money, I would just get more debt. I would get a pay raise. Then that means I can afford a more expensive car. That's what I did, and could not figure out why I wasn't making headway. NC Briggs says, my son is listening to you and he is 7. I love it, man. I love it when the kids listen, man. Hey, if you 8 years old right now, I'm going to tell you right now how to become a millionaire in 2 easy steps. Okay. Never get into debt, ever. Never finance anything, ever. Number 2, do the exact opposite of what the majority of the population are doing. Okay. Trillions in student loan debt. Never, ever get a student loan, ever. Trillions in car loan debt. Never, ever finance a car, ever. Trillions in credit card debt. Never, ever get a credit card, ever. Until you know it is the tool that it is. Because I don't want to tell you never, because I have one, but I understand that my credit card is a tool. It's nothing more. I do not need it. You follow those steps, you will be rich. Well, you'll be rich in you'll become rich in your 20s. No one will know how you're doing it. Youngsters, check it out. No one will know how you're doing it, even if you told them. As you grow older, your friends will start to ask you, hey, how come you always got money? How come you always have money? How come you're never stressing over a job? How come you never need a job? You turn to them and say, because I believe in math. They won't have an idea what you're talking about. They'll be like, what? Yeah, you go, yeah. I've been believing in math since I was 7 years old. That's how come I'm rich. And they still won't understand you. This is how powerful that is, kids. You can tell something like this to somebody's face and prove it with mathematics, and they still won't believe you. That's the gift. You will be a millionaire starting in your 20s. You don't even have to hide anything. You don't have to flash anything. People in debt don't need to know what you have. That's not necessary. Don't believe TV, don't believe social media, don't believe any of that. That's all unnecessary. The majority of those people are faking. How do I know this? Trillions in student loan debt, trillions in car loan debt, trillions in credit card debt, trillions with a T. And by the time you're an adult, it'll be higher than that. Those things that you see on social media are not real. You will speak a totally different language. You'll speak debt free because you trust mathematics. And then you'll hear all the people that don't speak debt free because anything financial come out of their life, come out of their mouth, it will never make mathematical sense. That's how you know they're full of crap. You just say to yourself, wait a minute, that math doesn't make sense. If it doesn't make sense, it's not true. This is what mathematics says. Math says this, not me. Math. Fifth grade math. You'll live your life will be totally different than any other person around you. I promise you. You will never worry about money. You'll never even think about money. That will never be the topic of your life throughout your life. You won't even think about it. I don't even think about money. And I'm not rich. I just don't think about it because I'm not in debt. That will be a burden you will never have to feel throughout your adult life because guess what? You won't even get serious with a person that's not. If another person comes in your life and they're deep in debt, you will not take them serious because you know what it's like to be debt free. And they don't. That will never work, ever. You won't even choose the wrong person. You know, when it's time when you're an adult to have children, most people just swing it and they don't know. You know when the time to have children? When you don't have debt. When you don't have debt, that means you have time to spend with your children because you never have to work overtime. You never have to work at places you don't like to work at. All that stops when you don't have debt because you don't allow it. That's the perfect time to have children. Everything, when to do what financially, will all be answered because you'll know exactly when you want to do something when you feel like doing it. That's how it works. That's how it works. Nicer says we all have feelings as humans, but there's a place for Fina. Fina? Nicer says we all have feelings and place for emotion and there's a place for numbers. You don't show up to math class with your social studies textbook and vice versa. Exactly. Nope. Ever. Gabri- Gabrielle says, what happens if you have medical bills? I'm not sure of your question. If you have medical bills, put it this way. Will it take you more than 10 years of your life to pay off those medical bills? Is it the size of it would take you 10 if it will take you more than 10 years to pay off those medical bills, I suggest you file chapter 7 bankruptcy. But it counts on the amount. Okay. It really does. And I don't suggest bankruptcy lightly for, people with $5,000 worth of debt or 10,000 or a car that they end up paying on that they don't have no more. And it's about $10,000, $15,000 on their credit report. No, I'm not talking about that. Bankruptcy is for something serious, like serious. Like something happened to you and all of a sudden you had $1 million in medical bills, that's chapter 7. That's a guaranteed chapter 7 right there. But anyway, welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I will be unlike any other conscious financial educator ever that you probably ever heard of in your life. And that's not even bragging because I'm going to tell you how I do it. by using basic mathematics, the math I learned in grade school. That's it. That's how I do it. That's how I got out of debt. I used the math that I learned in grade school, I applied it to my finances, and I became financially free. That's it. I looked at the math, I added up all my savings, then added up all my debt. That was a large negative number. I said, uh-oh, I'm deep in the debt. Let me change that. So I dug myself with a big old shovel out of debt, and now I'm free, and I'm never going back ever. By being in debt is the biggest piece of the puzzle everybody's missing. Once you get out of debt, you'll realize debt is the major piece of the major piece in the puzzle, your financial puzzle, what you've been trying to do all your life, get to wherever it is that you dream in your head. Debt is the major piece you're missing if you don't understand that. If you're working at a place that you hate, it's because of debt. You're putting yourself there. When you're out of debt, no, you would never work at a place you don't like, ever. You wouldn't do that. You're putting yourself there. And I promise you, I mean, when you're in debt, you're being fully taken advantage of. You guys are. You guys have no idea. You have no idea, and you're choosing to be vulnerable like that. Like, if you have a job and you think you're contributing to your 401k, I want you to do this: add up all your savings, and then add up all your debt, and then go savings minus debt equals how much money I have to contribute to my retirement. If that's a large negative number, you got to ask yourself, then how am I contributing to my retirement? Because I see it on paper. This is the glitch in the debt matrix. I'm across. It's you're gonna feel yourself glitch in your head. Okay, that's the glitch in the debt matrix. Okay, here we go. If you believe you're getting the 3%, 6% match on your retirement that you contribute, I want you to do this: add up all your savings and then add up all your debt. Yes, including your collections, your student loans, your mortgage, everything. Add it all up. If that's a large negative number, I want you to go savings minus debt equals how much money I'm contributing towards my retirement. If that's a large negative number, ask yourself, how are you contributing to your retirement with negative dollars? Ask yourself that. Math says that's impossible, but figure out why you believe it is possible. Ask yourself, how come I believe it's possible even though math is showing me that it's not possible? Ask yourself that. If you solve that problem, you'll be rich. Doesn't matter. Elon Musk rich, Jeff Bezos rich, whatever. Sky's the limit. Doesn't matter. Don't even put any cap on it. It's unlimited. You'll get to a point where, again, you won't even think about money. So it's not, you won't even look at it like that. Ivy says, y'all don't forget we have a Cosmic Wisdom live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I'm excited. I'm excited to have her on the show. Excited. Life of Candy 31 says, every girl that I meet have kids and always complaining about their loans or debt. Yeah, you better pay close attention to that. Never once when I was young did I ask to see a woman's credit report that I was dating or got serious or even got married to. Never once did I ask to see their credit report first. There was no way in hell I would take anybody serious without seeing their credit report first, their personal one, all three. Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, all three of them. Because if they're deep in debt, it's a total waste of time. Total waste of time. Total waste of time. It's going absolutely nowhere. You try to get together with somebody that's over $200,000-$300,000 in student loan debt, and you talking about you love them. Good luck with that. And you turn to them and say, "Hey, what are you doing? What kind of job do you have to pay off $200,000 worth of student loan debt?" And they're just pussyfooting around and kind of like not saying anything. Oh, I'm working here and there. It's like, wait a minute, you got $200,000 worth of school loan debt. You don't have the right to do any of that. But if they believe they do, you might as well stop wasting your time. Better not. Nicer says, what are good health cover options with the most benefits that cost you less in the long run? I'm not too good. I'm not sure what that nice. I don't know. I really don't know any information about that. I mean, if you got a job, I mean, go get your insurance through your job. Hyphy says, I am too, LOL, I am too. Gonna pick Comics Brain now. Okay. Gonna pick Comics Brain tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, Hyphy, she definitely speaks debt free. Okay. But I say she's got a head start because she was raised that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm excited to let people hear when a person was raised this way of color, right? She's of color and she's raised this way. So you can see what it was like when she was a kid. Was she mad that her parents were just on her about money? Because I'm just I don't know if she's gonna say this or not, but I'm just picturing this. I'm thinking, if I was a kid and my mom and dad was restricting money and saying, hey, you need to do this instead of that, I think I would have rebelled a little bit, because I would have saw everybody around me not doing what my parents were doing, right? And be like, well, you guys are just tightwads and this and that, right? While the other parents are spending massive amount of money. That's because I'm a kid. I don't know about money. But then if you were forced, and then you would naturally come of age and start to see things like, oh crap, yeah, this is why my parents did that. So it's like an advantage. I wish I had this knowledge when I was raising my boys. I wish I did, because it would have definitely been ingrained in them. I promise you. As you can see, like as you SMD family, I want you guys to understand, and if most of you guys are still in debt, this will be your gift once you get out of debt. You'll be able to spot fakers, fake videos. And when I say fake, I got to be careful, because it's not, velocity banking videos are not fake. Okay. They're not fake. They're not lying. They're not being dishonest. They're not doing anything wrong, but I want you to understand those videos are geared to the people in the debt matrix. That's all I'm saying, because they don't make mathematical sense. None of it does. None of it. But that's neither here nor there. It's up to the person to understand that. What's up, the Invest Doc? What's going on? Welcome. Gabriel says, what advice you give people on how to get in debt, how not to get in debt? Oh, okay. Do the opposite of the majority. That's it. Just Google student loan debt. Trillions of dollars in debt. Don't get a student loan. If you have one, you do whatever it takes to pay that thing off now. I don't care what your friends are doing, where they're going, what they're doing every year, and how many subscriptions that they have. This, don't listen to any of them. Pay your student loan debt off. Okay. Trillions in credit card debt. Don't use credit cards. Trillions in car loan debt. Don't ever finance a car. Those moves alone will set you free. Okay. Amari, hello, Mr. Linnell. Hello there. Hello. This will be you guys' gift, man. You guys, you know what's so crazy? I think I can tell by when some people talk to me, I almost intimidate people, right? And I don't mean to be that way, okay? But it just, and I'm gonna explain to the SMD family or anybody that's new to my channel, it seems that way because I know I'm not wrong, and everything I'm saying I can prove. That's why my voice sounds the way it is. It's not because I think I'm a Mr. Smart know-it-all. No, I'm just saying everything I'm telling you, I can back up with mathematics. That's it. That's why I sound the way I sound. And it kind of makes people hesitant to reach out to me and book a consultation. I kind of can tell, it's not that's okay. But the way I speak on my videos is different when I talk to you on the phone. Okay. It's not like that. When you call up and do a consultation, you don't have to be prepared with anything. I just want you to call up. We're going to get on the consultation, and I'm just going to listen to you. Tell me about your finances. That's it. I'm like, hey, tell me where you're at, where you're trying to get to. And I'm just going to listen to you, because I speak debt free. This is the best way I can explain this. I speak debt free. So I can hear some things that you cannot hear what you're saying. And then and then how I do this is I show you mathematically why what you're saying, if what you're saying doesn't make sense. And I'll show you mathematically, I'll be like, this is why that doesn't make sense. And then you'll see the numbers and you'll be like, oh, okay. Okay. I just lay out the plan, because when you're in debt, you're blinded and you're deaf. You can't see and hear a lot of things that's going on. Like back to the title of this video, velocity banking, earning apps, all this stuff, man. People in debt complain about taxes too. Taxes they don't. If you get out of debt, learn the purpose of taxes, why you can go to prison for it. You'll understand that tax is not the one keeping you down. No, it's not. All you got to do is take the time to understand the purpose of taxes, and you'll be like, oh, that's how I am today. When I look at taxes, I'll be like, oh, that's why those are there. Okay. Oh, you raise taxes over there to do what? Oh, okay. I see what you did with that. You raise taxes in that area to do XYZ, so you can do this so you can do this 10 years from now. Gotcha. Okay, I got you. I see it. That's the purpose of taxes. Taxes can be used to shift everything, anything, anywhere. And you can legally not pay them. Legally. Never cheat on your taxes. I keep reiterating that. Never, ever cheat on your taxes under any circumstances, ever. There's absolutely no reason to do that. No reason. Youngsters, if you're hearing me, hear what I'm saying. Don't ever cheat on your taxes. Don't ever use anybody that would do your taxes that would even kind of cheat on your taxes. You can hear it. When they start asking you to claim stuff that don't exist, that's a cheat. Don't do it. Don't use them. Take the time to see the purpose of taxes, and you will see how it all works. I'm going to put it this way. The only thing that is guaranteed ROI are taxes. Nothing guarantees ROI. The stock market, investment of any kind, none of it guarantees ROI. The only thing that's guaranteed ROI are taxes. Every single year. Hyphy says taxes don't scare me because I know I control my bottom line without evading tax. Exactly. There's no reason to be scared. You just follow the rules. If you just follow the rules, there is no reason to be scared of IRS tax audits and all this other stuff. They're not going to tax people following the rules. If they're knocking on your door, they're knocking on your door for a reason. They already know. They probably let you bury yourself about 3 or 4 or 5 years deep, and then when they come knocking on your door, you're like, hey, what? Huh? What? They're gonna be like, wait a minute, you've been doing this for 5 years. What are you talking about? What you gonna do? Lie and say you didn't know? No, you're not. We're coming to bury you. They come to you. You ain't getting out of it because you don't know how you got yourself in it. You're in debt. People in debt have a pattern. People in debt have patterns, and they don't even know they have patterns. They don't even know it. Don't even know it. Don't even know it. Fred, what's going on? Good evening, SMD family. Good evening, LJ. I have to go. I will listen to the recording. Looking forward to the interview tomorrow. Me too, man. I am looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. Nonstop Dre says, what websites do you recommend to learn about taxes? I'm going to use myself, Dre. I personally could care less about knowing about taxes. I don't want to know. Okay. I only want to know a little bit, but I'd rather pay somebody that's just as passionate. See how I'm passionate on doing what I do with this, getting people out of debt? I'm just going to find somebody that's just as passionate about taxes. And believe it or not, there's people out there that are passionate about taxes. That's the person I'm looking for to do my taxes. How do I know how to find that person? I will ask to see their personal credit report first. Their personal credit report will tell me if they understand how taxes work. I promise you. That's how I'm gonna pick. I'm not gonna go on any website. I'm gonna go to a person and pay him the money he is worth. Soon as I see soon as he tells me what he or she does, and then they show me their personal credit reports, all three, I'll believe them, and then I'll pay them whatever their price is because I'm gonna believe them. I know I can just hand them over all my tax information. It's going to be done right down to the T. It's going to be no kind of sort of skimming here that's kind of riding the fence there. No, it's going to be clear that I followed all the rules and it's going to be crystal clear. There is going to be in no doubt. Then that's how I find the person, because they're going to know what I want. The person I choose will know exactly what I want. They will know that I understand how it really works. Find somebody just as passionate. If you're financially free, their credit report will match your credit report. And if you ask a person that knows, if they like no, and you ask to see their personal credit report, that will tell them that you know. What's up, Mark? What's going on? Just a quick one right now. I'm not gonna stay on for hours. I gotta eat, but I'm just letting you guys know velocity banking is gonna be my next target. You know why? Because it makes absolutely no sense at all. I mean, it's obvious too. Nonstop Dre said, but wouldn't be good to understand a little bit about taxes, at least for personal knowledge. Let me put it this way, Dre. Okay, listen to this part. When you get out of debt, the first thing you do is master taxes wherever you're at right now. When you have a regular job, I want you to master your own personal taxes. You take advantage of all the vehicles that the government offers by maxing out your 401k, maxing out your HSA, because people in debt can't do that. Once you do that, and you do that year after year, you'll see how much money you're making, because that's called phantom income. Okay. If you pay less in taxes than the majority, that's money in your pocket. That's called phantom income. People in debt cannot see that. That's invisible to them. It's phantom to them because they're in debt. It's mathematically impossible for them to see that or ever see it or even know it exists. Doesn't matter. Once you do that, you'll know a little bit about taxes, the little bit that you need to know. You'll know how to pick the right tax person on a larger scale when it comes to your business. Business taxes are totally different, but you'll know how to pick the right person that's going to do your business taxes legally the way you want them done. And know for a fact that he's not going to be cheating you. You're going to know this. You're going to know this by looking at their personal credit reports first. If they got collections and financing cars and have student loans older than their children and they're doing your taxes, they're missing a major piece of the puzzle. Why? How? They're in debt. The numbers must make sense. And if the numbers don't make sense in their own finances, they're missing a major piece of the puzzle. You don't want to use them. Again, how do you pick the right accountant? Anything to do with money, accountant, CPA, you ask to see their personal credit reports first. If you want my money, I must see your personal credit report first. The correct one will know exactly why you're asking and will produce it with no problem, because it's nothing. It's nothing. It's not a secret. There's nothing embarrassing to be seen on it, because when you're out of debt, nothing is on it. Nothing's on it to see. And I'm not talking about the credit scores. I'm talking about the actual reports. The reason why it's not a big problem to show your entire credit report because there's nothing on it. We have no debt. There's nothing to see. If you guys go into the thing that Hyphy created, the chat. I posted my credit report, my entire credit report in there, so you guys can see all the beautiful zeros. You see all those zeros in one credit card? That's it. There's nothing else on it. There's nothing to see. That's how come it's so powerful, because people in debt don't have credit reports that look like that. And they don't even know how to fix it. They don't know how to change it. They don't know how to make it look the way it's supposed to look, because they're in debt. Mark says, sounds like Veracity Bank is about to accelerate people into debt. Sure is. They're about to put, they're working, they have no idea that they're working for the banks. The banks created Velocity Banking, hence their name and their name inside the name. They're working for the banks. They believe they're leaving out the interest payments every time they pay off the credit card and leave a balance. They're not even including the interest back. It's just the stupidest nonsense. It makes absolutely no sense. Hyphy says, when you're in debt, when you're debt free, you don't even hear about banks like Velocity. You sure don't. Not even worth being in my browser history. Exactly. You don't even, Hyphy's right. You don't even hear about stuff like that. When somebody brings this stuff up to me, it blows my mind when I click play on these videos. I'm like, what? You want me to do? Don't pay my bills, put the whole thing on the credit card, and then what? That makes absolutely no sense. Hyphy says, this is the server LJ is talking about. Join us at the Discord server. Yes, I always forget that name, Discord. Black Knight says, the velocity banking concept is gambling. What he didn't tell you is the interest that he earned on the investment, on that investment, is taxed. So he actually isn't earning what he claimed. He's not. And the interest, and every time you're not really paying off the balance of the credit card, so you're paying interest on that. It's so many things left out, but they see the numbers go. I think people look at that and then they see the numbers go down according to what they're doing, and you want to go, well, yeah, I guess you're right. It will go down like that if you do it that way, but you're not paying off anything. You just look like you are. You're not like. I just want to tell people, hey man, if you just start out, add up all your savings and your debt, and if that's a large negative number, start any type of equation that they try to write out for this velocity banking. Always start with your negative number, and then see if any of that math that they're writing down makes sense. You tell me, you know. It's really it's bad. I mean, when I see this day and age, man, let me put it this way. If you're in debt during this day and age where everybody can fake looking rich on social media, man, a lot of people, you guys ain't got a chance, man. You ain't got a chance. People ain't got a chance. If you got the stars, and then you got the fakers, and then you got the other people that are just doing stuff looking like they're rich, but they're just digging themselves deeper in debt. But in the background, everybody's miserably in debt. But in the foreground, they think, okay, look at that person. They're living a life. Look at their house. Look at their car. But they're in debt beyond belief. But people believe what they're showing them on social media. It's horrible, man. It's horrible stuff, because when you're debt free, you can even hear them, like when they're making videos and they're doing a vacation somewhere, they always speak debt. They'll say something that's debt when they're speaking about it. They don't really understand that they're doing that, right? And it just tells me everything I need to know. Yeah, you financed that vacation. You're going to be paying for that one. You're going to be paying on that 1 week vacation for 2 years. Dre says, do you plan on putting your videos in a podcast? Let me ask you something, Dre. You younger, you're a different generation. And tell me if the concept of what I'm thinking is good. It seems like if I put in a podcast, that put me in some kind of box that I have to be now in another category, that people have to actually find me on a podcast, where anybody in the world can come on YouTube and listen to me and find me without even looking hard for me. Anybody can Google hashtag SavingsMinusDebt and always find me. So tell me, wouldn't a podcast kind of like put me in a box? What do you guys think about that? Because I hear people talking about get a podcast, but now people got to search. Don't people have to know who I am before they even begin to search for me in a podcast group? It can grow. It can help grow your brand. And that's what I'm asking is it you saying doing it with podcasts, or are you saying a podcast is bigger than YouTube? Nonstop Dre says, what's the most debt you have ever seen or heard someone had? Ooh. I had somebody call me that had $350,000 in student loan debt. $350,000, and she made $40,000 a year, and she had a child. And when she told me that, honestly, man, I feel bad for a person like that is that deep in debt, right? In student loan debt, which is the worst. To have somebody say they have that much debt and then they only make $40,000 a year, I just honestly, I want to cry. Really, I do. I want to cry for somebody that's that deep in debt. I do, because to know what financial freedom feels like, and know the possibility of you paying off $350,000 worth of student loan debt on $40,000 gross. Oh man. And you're in your 40s. Oh man. And I'm saying to you guys, I'm 50 years old. If you haven't woken up by age 50, you are running out of time. You're running out big time fast. 50 is the absolute deadline. Believe that. 50 is the absolute deadline. And the reason why I say 50 is absolute deadline, because it's going to take the average person at least 5 years to get themselves out of debt. So at that time, they're going to be like 55. Now, to you youngsters, I want you guys to understand 50 can be and look whatever you choose to be. I don't look like the average 50-year-old that I thought was going to be looking like at 50. Nope, not even close. I definitely can do some things that the average 50-year-old can't do. Guaranteed. Cheers Player says you can do both the podcast and the YouTube simultaneously. I guess I got to get some more information about a podcast. Okay, maybe I'm shying away from it because I don't really know how it works. And if anybody out there that is good at that, I wouldn't mind talking to you on the phone. You know, show me how the right way to set it up. Exchange some goods and services. You know, Mark says doing both can broaden your audience. Okay, gotcha. I'm listening. Dre says both like Joe Rogan. He does YouTube videos and podcasts. Okay. All right. I just need somebody that's good at it. That I just want to, if I set it up, I want to make sure I set it up right. Okay. I just want somebody that knows how to do it, what to do. You know, that's because I don't want to learn it. I want somebody to say, hey, do this, go there, get your name here, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I would love to do podcasts. Trey says 300K with a kid. Wow. Yeah. 350 to be exact, 350,000. And when I hear stories like that, I know it sounds like a person that took out student loan money, spent it on whatever, probably went to took multiple classes just to get the money, you know, and quit maybe and didn't finish and then started back up and blah, blah, blah. You know, people do things like that. They really think that's free money, but no, you're a slave. You take that money, you're going to be a slave for the rest of your life. And so I feel for that. I feel for a person like that because they're never going to feel what I'm feeling today. They're never going to feel what it feels like to be financially free, ever. Mark says she's going to have to give up everything for real. Yes, she can do it, but she got to give up everything. I mean, for at least 10 years, at least. If she's stuck at her current wage with a child, she's got a minimum of 10 years to get out of that. Minimum. She was in her 40s with a child. Hyphy says she's gonna have to sell 3 organs, 3 organs, do hair, make jewelry on the side of her main job to get that 300K off. Yeah, you pretty much right on the money too, man. That's hardcore. Cheers Players says she has to figure out some side hustles and live below her means with debt like that. Yeah. She gotta tuck her pride under the pillow, go home and live with mama, take the kid there, make sure the baby daddy paying child support, follow through on the court dates. Everybody must participate because every penny counts. Everything counts. Everything counts, especially when you're in debt. Every penny counts. Cheers Player says at least drive Uber on the side or get a part-time job somewhere. Yep. Nonstop Dre says 10 years to get a net worth of 0. Sure is. That's what she has to do. And net worth of 0, you guys have no idea how good that feels. You tell somebody in a debt matrix that you have a net worth of 0, they will think you're broke. They would be wondering why you're saying that out loud. Why are you saying out loud that you have a net worth of 0? It won't even make sense to them. They'll be like, why is this person telling everybody here that they're broke? And you're not telling them they're broke. You're telling them that you're free. That's why I say the language of debt free. There's two ways money is spoken: debt and debt free. People in debt only speak debt. So that's why they don't understand. If you told them you had a net worth of 0, they wouldn't understand. They would wonder why you're telling everybody you're broke when you're not. See how amazing that is? That's just amazing. Like right now, 2020. Sometimes you know how, and I'm gonna share this with you guys so you guys understand. When you make up your mind to do what you want to do as a passion, you understand that that's what's going to happen, period. There is no other option. There is no going back. This is what you're going to do. So right now, 2020 has to be my year. It has to be. There is no maybe. There is no sort of, kind of, maybe 21 will be it. No, 2020 right now is my year. It will be my year. It is my year. Not even will be. It is. I'm very careful when I use my words. It is my year. It has to be my year. I put everything into this, you guys. Everything. I have to show you guys how serious I am, because if I didn't do this myself, you guys wouldn't even believe a word I'm saying. So I'm gonna do it in front of your face, so you can see. Damn, everything Linnell was saying was true. Yes, I keep saying it. Use 5th grade math on your finances, and you will see and do everything I'm telling you right now without question. 2020 is my year. Has something big happened yet? Nope, but it will. And I'm telling you guys in January. I'm telling you this. I don't even know if it's going to happen. I'm saying something's going to happen, but I'm telling you, I don't know that. Nobody's reached out to me if that's what you're thinking. Nope, not hiding anything. I'm saying 2020 is my year and something big is going to happen. I don't know what it is yet, because I 100% know I am unique. That's how I know I have the gift. The gift is I can prove everything I'm saying, everything. It's not a maybe. It's not a sort of, kinda. It's none of that. I can prove everything I'm saying. That's how I know it's my passion. That's how you can hear it in my voice. Cheers Player says, wait, so she 350K in student loan debt at 40? She said, has she been paying it off or all, or was it even more? Was it even more when she left college? I don't, honestly, once I told her that, we never spoke again. So I'm assuming that she's never going to pay it off. When I told her, what I do is help people get out of debt. And I said, you have to somehow pay that debt off. And if somebody see that much debt, making $40,000 a year in their 40s and with a child, you probably don't see that. And I feel for people like that. I do. Black Knight says, I bet she hasn't had a good night's sleep in years. You are exactly right, Black Knight. People in debt, I want you to read what Black Knight says. That's not just her. That's millions of people. Millions of people in debt have restless nights sleep. When you get out of debt, none of that exists, you guys. I'm trying to explain this to you. None of that exists. If you have debt on your mind, you don't get a good night's sleep, because I sleep like a baby every single night. What's up, Nicole? Welcome. Hyphy says, don't let people tell you you're up next. Oh, something good is coming. Snatch yours now. You control your destiny. Yeah. For sure. I want you guys to understand, I don't really talk about the universe stuff too much, because that blow a lot of people's minds. So I don't really talk. I only talk about that with certain people. But let me let you understand something. Energy is real. And I can prove that too. Everything I'm telling you, I can prove. Now, those of you that believe, oh, there's no such thing as energy and connection with feel other people. Yeah, yes, there is. Yes, there is. And I'm gonna prove it to you. Okay. Say like you're in a stadium watching a football game, right? You're paying attention to the floor, you're paying attention to the football game, and then all of a sudden you just stop and you turn around into the crowd of people behind you, and you look right at the person that's staring at you at the back of your head. How did you know that? How did you know that? How did you know, out of all the hundreds of people behind you, to stare at that exact person? How did you know that? Shout out to Quentin Sanders that sent me a donation. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you, sir. Just got the notification. I appreciate that, Quentin. This inspires me, stuff just like that. People just say, hey man, I like what you're saying here. I might not be ready, or I'm not saying about you, Quentin, but I'm just saying people in general. You might not be ready, but hey, you know what? That's okay. You can still show me appreciation, and I appreciate it. If I can help you without my help, great. But if you need some help, I'm here. All right, you guys. I think I've yapped enough. I think my woman has the dinner almost ready, so this is probably a good time to go ahead and sign off. I appreciate you guys all. Hyphy, thank you. Always a great help. Always. You hear advice from Hyphy? He speaks debt free. Believe that. 100%. It's a language. I want you guys to go out there and just not be fooled by all this non-mathematical nonsense stuff. As Hyphy would say, a furu. I just learned that word at 50. I just learned furu. I'll let Hyphy tell you what the meaning of it is, though. I'm not a furu. Trey says, what's the most expensive thing that you have seen or know someone bought? I had a kid just on my client list. This is big for me. I had a kid that financed a $75,000 car, and he was like 23 or 24. And he financed a car for almost $70,000. I said, hey man, what kind of car is that? Like I said, I got to know what kind of car is that? It was some top model Jeep Cherokee with some Hemi in it or something like that. And it was like $70,000, $80,000. I was like, what? Whoa. Man, because you got to remember, listen, you guys, each time you finance a car, you're financing the taxes too. So not only did he finance the price of the car, he financed the taxes, whatever 75,000 plus taxes, he financed those taxes too. It's horrible. Yeah, that is horrible to see nonstop. Hey, Dre, that's when I see stuff like that, I feel bad. I mean, a car is different because you can say, you can just say, I'm not paying the car note no more. They'll come pick it up. Yeah, you might have some residual from the deal or whatever once they sell it, but you still won't be as deep as you are if you kept it. So people don't really look at it that way. They may like, oh man, there might be an ending balance. But when they sell the car, it's gonna, if a $75,000 car doesn't sell for at least 50,000, 60,000, you know what I'm saying? You knock that off, yeah, you might have some left, but it's better than owing $75,000, $80,000, period. Chat meal. I sure do. Believe that. LJ Typey says LJ has a chat meal calling his name. I sure do, man. She's texting me now saying it's done. And if I don't get off, I'll be done. Because I love this. I got to cut myself off. When you have your passion, you know, when you have a job, you're looking for the weekends, right? When you have your passion, you have to force yourself to take some days off. That's just, it's just, everything's the total opposite. I have to force myself to not get on this mic. I have to. I have to stop thinking about it. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. I will not be getting on no more tonight, but I will be looking forward to Cosmic Wisdom's interview tomorrow. I hope you look out for it. I will be posting a preview about an hour before. I'm gonna be posting out that at about 9 o'clock that is about to happen. And then I hope you guys are ready for it. This is going to be, so be prepared. She is a wonderful, wonderful person. She knows exactly what she's talking about. Yep, 75K of some high performance car. Chris said, oh, I'm too late. Yeah, we cutting it off, Chris. It's about an hour. I got to go eat. Check that out, Chris. Nicole says, my friend asked me for a loan, $150 for her rent. I told her, nope, I'm in debt. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And Nicole, when you say that, it's not even a lie. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't want other people to borrow money and then they'll make up some lie. Oh, I got to do this and that. No, you're not even lying. I can't let you borrow. Why? I'm in debt. And that's it. Now, if they get mad about that, that's their problem. But good job, Nicole. Good job. Chris Carr says your friend is on that payday loan stuff at Nicole. Oh, sure is, boy. You bet you can see it. When somebody got to ask borrow some money for rent, oh, that's a very major sign. That's a major sign. Good luck on getting your money back. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. Okay. See you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Okay. Have a good one.